talking about in it. Okay, chat, as high school is over, I have decided to just spill my fucking guts, okay? For some reason, I have some ultimate amount of lore that actually doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, me? Why do I have lore like this? And you know what? I'm just gonna be doing whatever fucking makeup look I look, okay? This is before I go to sleep, okay? That's why I'm so energized. This is not when I wake up. This is right before I'm supposed to lay down. Okay, chat, I think this time I want to talk about the guy that stalked me. Okay, and this is not an actual stalker situation. Butter for my face, y'all. There you go. We got my cocoa butter for my face. Okay, so actually I would not describe this as a stalking. I would describe this as a secret admirer. And maybe I should get his permission, but I don't think he watches my videos, so it's fine. So basically, in high school, from freshman year to sophomore year, I had a secret admirer. What this secret admirer did was he used to email me. And you might be like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Well, like, you know how at school, everyone's email is basically their name and last name, so it's kind of easy to contact people through email. But it's not like if you're too scared to go up to talk to someone, honestly, email. Hey, I'm not going to trash on your game, because honestly, at first I was really flattered, okay? So for a while, I was getting emails from this like secret account that was going to my school account being like, you're so pretty, I saw you in the hallway today, and stuff like that. Which, you know, at first I was like, wow, that's really cute, I have a secret admirer. Or it was a prank. And you know what? Either or, I was like, this actually kind of makes my day happier. Like, this actually fills me with some joy in my day. And at this time, I had a crush, okay? I had a crush on a boy. I won't say his name. His name in this story will be Jared, okay? I had a crush on Jared. Now, Jared was in my musical theater class, right? Because back then I was in musical theater, even though I can't fucking sing. Well, anyway, I had a crush on a boy in my musical theater class named Jared. And Jared was kind of shy. He's not shy. He's a theater kid. Jared was honestly extroverted, but like, it's not like he got like a lot of girls or whatever, right? And I also had this thing on the side with the email exchange. Well, the email exchanges started to get more lustful, okay? And I wanted to know who it was, because I was like, surely a normal human being would fucking like talk to me by this point, because mind you, this email exchange thing like was all of my freshman year. Like, I do not exaggerate it. This was going on for like a year and a half. Foundation. It was going on for like a year and a half, and it just started getting like lustful to a point where it's making me uncomfortable because I don't know who the fuck it is. And also, like, you shouldn't be lustful over a school email. That's just fucking weird. The email exchanges started going from email to they found my Instagram. So clearly I have talked to this person, because through the email exchanges I was like, can you at least tell me what I know you from? Like what class or blah blah blah. And all this nigga does was, it would kind of be obvious if I tell you the class who I am. And I was like, well, there's no possible way it would be my crush Jared, because that would have been the most obvious, seeing that he's like the only boy in my musical theater class. Surely. And so I went on to the delusion like I was never going to find out who this boy was. Like, I just was never going to find out who my secret admirer was until it went to my Instagram. Now, the secret admirer started going to my Instagram, right, and messaging me. And it was just so lustful that I was like, bitch, no, I'm not fucking with this life. and I would therefore block him, you know? But he also made like multiple accounts, and this, mind you, is while I'm getting closer to Jared and having a more bigger crush on Jared. And I'm like, wow, I really like this dude. And at the same time, I am being low-key harassed online by my secret admirer, who just says the most lustful things. Like, I don't really want to recap what type of things. It was just lustful, and that's all you need to really know. So basically, after a while, like, this, it was kind of on and off. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it didn't just go for a year and a half straight. Like, I think it just happened whenever he was interested in me, you know, like whenever he saw me and was like, wow, she, like, I don't know, was wearing a short skirt today. Because during my freshman and sophomore year, I definitely was a lot more like, I showed my body more, which, you know, kind of stopped after all this whole situation, because I was like, well, I don't want to just be lusted over. That's just not what I want. I'm gonna test out adding this as my blush instead of actual blush. Well, I don't even have actual blush eyeshadow, but it's just my lipstick. After that was going on, I obviously kept just, I liked multiple people at the same time. Like, I wasn't like a one crush forever type of gal, which, you know, call me a whore, whatever, you know, probably fucking valid. But see, I just didn't know who the secret admirer was until he made a mistake on the email exchanges, right? He accidentally emailed me from his school email, which exposed his name. And then I saw it was Jared. And then he tried to explain it as it was his brother. Nigga, your brother don't even know me, fool. Your brother don't even know me. Like, your brother does not know me, homeboy. And I kind of, I knew it was him, but like, he didn't admit it at first. I think it took a few like Instagram exchanges, because like, obviously I knew it was him. It took Instagram exchanges to really like solidify that, and then like he apologized, and it was this whole thing. Because mind you, me and Jared were getting closer, like we were becoming friends. And you know what actually sucked? I had a crush on him, and so at the time, like, I really didn't know how to feel, because I was like, I like this dude, and this dude likes me, but this is like the worst way possible. He's been my secret admirer for at this point at least like a year. When I found out, like, he had been my secret admirer from that point, and that's terrifying. That's terrifying. Finding out someone is your secret admirer for that long, and then finding out it's your crush, is terrifying. Because first of all, it's not like he was saying just cute things. He was saying lustful things as someone I did not know. And so, I'm a little like confuzzled, and I don't really know how to react. Which he, during the whole experience, he had always been very like, we always kind of talk things through, which I know a lot of people would be like, why the fuck would you do that? Like, he was harassing me. You know, I will admit, he was harassing me. It wasn't like oh, this is a cute little love story. No, it was harassment. And, you know, a part of me, I was so insecure. Like, I was so insecure where I was kind of like, well, at least someone loves me, kind of. And this looks crazy. But I was just honestly happy that someone like liked me and liked how I looked that much, where they would, in hindsight, stalk me. And like, I was so fucking scared, I'm not gonna lie. You know, like, I was scared. But I think it's just like, honestly, if he hadn't done that, we would have never, like, we're friends now. I think I should make that clear. We're friends now. We would have never become friends. Which, you know, don't do that to me, anyone else that thinks they can get close to me like that. But we would have never become friends, and I don't recommend you become friends with someone that does that to you. But, you know, like, it was just a lot of history, because I was so insecure. And I think the fact that, like, okay, it was very like toxic at first. Like we would talk about it. I'd be like, I don't want you to make comments like that towards me. I'm not interested. I don't want you to talk to me like that. I don't want you to think this could be a friends with benefits thing or anything like that. Like, I don't want that. And he was like, okay. But then he would say something lustful, like ask me for a picture or blah blah blah, and I'd be so mad at him. And it was such an emotional turmoil, because one time I was saying a monologue in class and I started crying on stage. That's how bad it got. Like, and the scene was not like sad or something. Like, I just started crying on stage because I was thinking about him and what he was doing to me. And like, I think he had asked me for a picture the night before, blah blah blah, or he had sent me a picture, and I was just like, how the fuck, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You know, like, I want to be this guy's friend so bad, and he's doing this to me. But then he would always apologize, and I'd be like, okay, fine, I forgive you. Even though, you know, that's not wise. That's not wise. I don't recommend anyone do that. I'm glad it worked out for us, but I don't recommend anyone do that, because boy, I was such an emotional turmoil. Like, I was suicidal, I was depressed. Oh, I don't think I could say that. Suicidal and depressed during that whole period, because I was like, wow, boys only want me for lust. Because like, he wasn't interested in dating me. He just liked me, if you get what I mean. I honestly didn't know what to do. And I didn't know what to do for a lot of high school, honestly, because honestly, a lot of my friends were mad at me for being his friend. And like, some are still mad at me because they're like, that was ruining you when it was happening. But also, I have the most empathy in the world, because I'm like, well, I think it just spiraled into something that like was kind of uncontrolled, because it started off where I was really flattered because it was kind of sweet, and then it just turned into something sinister and not sweet anymore. And I was like, oh, I don't like this anymore. But yeah, honestly, I don't know what to say. Like, sure, there was a lot of drama that like came with that, but we're friends now, and I love you, Jared. I know that's not your name, but I'm calling you Jared out of the peace of my mind, so that, you know, it's not weird. And now, like, for a long time, like, I would have ongoing crushes on him, because I was like, well, he's the only person that's ever cared about me, which, you know, I have a tendency to think about people that, like, generally did not give a fuck about me. And, you know, at the time, like, he definitely cared about me, but, like, definitely not in the way that I definitely treated it as. Like, I definitely treated it as he's the only person that cared about me. And it was just wild, especially being in theater together. It's like, oh, this is nightmare. But I love him. And that's the moral of the story. The moral of the story is, if you have an email person, like someone's emailing you, or if you're a guy and you want to get with the girl and you're emailing them, bro, just say who you are, nigga. Like, please just say who you are, because it's just creepy. Like, no girl wants to sit there and be like, who is messaging me? Like, who is this? When I tell you, this boy used to email me or message me on Instagram, like, on and off, and he used to comment on my Instagram posts, like, the fucking weirdest things, and I was creeped the fuck out, because, you know, that it's harassment. You know, like, let's just say it as it is. It was harassment, and I was so insecure at that time, where harassment honestly seemed flattering, which, please, girl, if you're in that state, please go to a therapist, please. I never went to therapy until I ended up in a mental hospital. I need you to understand that. Like, if you're already seeing warning signs, especially if this is your friend, oh my gosh, the way a lot of my friends could have saved me. Guys, if your friend is being stalked or harassed by a guy and thinks it's flattering, like actually flattering, get them some help. I'm so dead ass. Like, get them help, because I promise you that's not coming from out of nowhere. That's because they're fucking either traumatized, mentally ill themselves, and need help. Like, I needed help, and it got so bad that I went to a mental hospital. And it wasn't directly because of that situation, but it was correlating to that situation. Like, my sophomore year of high school, you should not be in a mental hospital your sophomore year of high school. You should be in school. And oh, guys, I need you as, like, friends to understand something. Your friend that has the ultimate lore needs help. Like, the friend that has, like, as I tell you more stories, chat, I was crying for help. I was crying for help. If you have a friend and they're, like, in some toxic situation, especially if you're in high school and they're in a toxic situation with a guy, get them out. Get them out. I don't care what it takes. I don't care if it takes you telling their parents about it. Get them help. Be a snitch. Be a fucking bitch ass nigga. Because, like, y'all, that should not have been going on for a year and a half. My teachers, I was talking to my theater teachers a lot because I would always tell them everything that was happening with me because they're like parents. And everyone wanted me to report it because they didn't know who it was. And even when I found out who it was, I did not tell people who he was. Like, I actively was protecting him. Like, I actively did not want him to get in trouble, even though he definitely deserved to get in trouble for the things he was doing to me. Especially, like, the manipulation part. Like, which now we're friends. Now that's not a problem. But before, it was definitely manipulation. It was definitely, like, he would do something bad and then ask me to forgive him. And it would cause me to have such a mental turmoil where I was getting really, really depressed and really... And I just lost all of my self-worth and self-esteem because I was like, wow, nobody's ever going to love me other than... Oh, sorry, I had to lock in for a fucking second. No one was ever gonna love me other than for stuff like that. Like, and I had to be around him like it was normal. And people were wondering why we got closer. Like, because we definitely got closer out of fucking nowhere. And I didn't want to tell them that was why. Because, like, everyone in a lot of my classes and stuff already knew this situation was happening to me. And after, and like, while me and him were being friends and stuff, I would always say that I was becoming friends with my stalker, which, like, nobody fucking agreed with. Which, you know, if your friend says that, please do whatever it takes, bro. Like, I'm so dead ass. Like, do whatever it takes. Like, even though it worked out for me, it definitely is not gonna work out for everyone, bro. Like, I'm dead ass. Like, this is not some rom-com. Like, it didn't work out in a romantic way. It just worked out in a friendship way. And I'm like, it's not some rom-com, bro. Like, that was actually really bad for my mental state. Like, I'm glad, like, he got over his little phase. And so we were able to become friends. But, nigga, please get your friend some help. Ow, my eyes hurt so bad. My eyes hurt so bad. I have not done makeup like this in a long time. Like, I've been a basic fucking bitch lately, and I have not done makeup like this in forever. We're adding some glitter to my nose. And, like, that was destroying me so fucking badly. And I'm like, nigga, get them out. If you're friends with someone like that, like, please get them out. Like, I do understand why, like, authorities couldn't help me, like, especially when I was telling my teachers and stuff about it, because I would not tell them who it was. They would ask me, they would ask if I want to report it. They were like, can you report it, please? And I was like, no, because he's my friend. And I made it very clear he was my friend. And they called it Stockholm Syndrome. Okay, well, sorry. And I generally liked him during that whole process. Like, I liked him while he was doing it. And I liked him after, and I liked him when he was manipulating me. It was kind of bad. But, you know, to be fair, I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. And that's all I can fucking say. I am just a girl. And as a high school girl, like, whenever you're in high school, I feel like a lot of things just happen naturally. And honestly, they make stories. They make stories in the end, bro. Like, I'm so lucky I'm, like, a writer and a filmmaker because, bitch, I'm set. I'm sad. I got stories for life. I got stories for life. I got lore for life, and it's okay. But please watch out for your friends, bro. Like, I get it. It doesn't seem that serious at first, but it definitely was that serious where maybe I should have told someone, like, actually, but I always said it in such a joking way where everyone was kind of like, we know this is happening, but it doesn't actually seem to be affecting her, other than the times where I randomly cried everywhere. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I am basically almost done with this video because this is the night makeup look I'm gonna do because I think it's cute. Do I look cute? Hey, hey, hey.
Is that? And if you hear this song, then go and bend your back. Go and bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max. Will the DJ please turn up the bass to the max?